Hi, YouTube family. Welcome to Faye's Locked Life. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. I am so glad that you decided to click on here and see what I have to offer to you. On my channel, I talk about sister locks, I give education, advice, and just different topics surrounding hair, natural hair care, and things like that. If you are one of my returning lock stars, thank you for your continued support. I truly do appreciate you guys. And aside from that, I hope everybody had a great Valentine's Day and that you shared it with the ones that you love, whether you have your boo thing or whether you was just celebrating it solo dolo. That is all good too, because we are all loving ourselves as well. So either way you did it is fine. But in today's topic, we are going to be discussing what really doesn't get talked about before you enter the beauty, the hair care industry, guys. So I have my notebook here. I have my handy dandy notes here. So if you see me looking down, it's just going to be me just trying to go with my notes so that I don't miss anything that I want to discuss here, guys. So yes, so you want a exciting, fun, and satisfying career in the beauty industry, the hair industry specifically, right? Nothing wrong with that. I've been in it for over 30 years. I've enjoyed it. I've had my ups and downs, but I've obviously loved it because I stayed in it so long. I have a passion for it. But the few things that are really talked about that I think that are very, very important and critical is the fact that it's not all glitz and glam as it relates to your body. What am I talking about here? A lot of times people don't consider the effects that it will actually eventually have on your body over time. Should you decide to stay in the hair business for 10, 15, 20, 30 years. There's even some hairdressers out here that's been still on the job for 50 and 60 years. My last loctician was literally in her 60s, still retightening hair. So, there are people that stay in it for quite some time. One of the things that they won't tell you when you go to school, other people won't talk about it, although you may hear them discuss and tell you how achy or sore they may be here, or they had a long day, or this and that. It's really not discussed as though it's something that you really should be concerned about when it really actually is. I wish someone would have, aside from telling me all the great things that you can get from, joining into this beauty industry. And it is a lot of satisfying work if you really have a passion for it. It's rewarding, but no one sat there and told me how over time you can get carpal tunnel in your hands because of the repetitive motion that you're doing, whether it's braiding, whether it's doing sister locks, whatever it is that you're doing, you're constantly washing hair, and your hands is, constantly immersed in water. All of these things where people don't think of, well, wow, I might get extremely dry hands from doing this for years at a time. But the things I'll talk about personally myself, the things that have affected me while over the years of me, doing the business of, as a hairdresser. I have experienced the carpal tunnel, and 9 times out of 10, and you can ask any hairdresser or any person who's been in this industry for quite a while, most of them, I remember the day when I actually went to the doctor's office because my hand had been hurting for over 3 weeks. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even realize it. So after I went in, they did their testing and was doing things like that. They ended up telling me, I was experiencing carpal tunnel. And he asked me before I even said to him, he was like, "You're a hairdresser, right?" And I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" I was like, "How did you know that?" He said, "Well, you're like the 4th one I've seen this week." So it is definitely something that is very common amongst hairdressers, locticians, whatever have you, anyone that's using their hands repeatedly, you're going to end up eventually having some issues with your hands of some sort, mostly carpal tunnel. Also look out for back pains. You're standing up. When I went to class, we were taught when you're doing hair, you're standing up. So I don't care if it's a 20-minute hairstyle to a 10 or 15-hour hairstyle, whether you're putting mini braids in, braids down to someone's buttocks, or whatever it is, you're standing. While you may take your breaks or whatever it is, but for the majority of the time, that's the way I was taught. So I constantly stand all the time, even up to this point. But with that, you will start experiencing your back tightening the muscles, just like you'll start having the soreness, the hurting. Your legs will start to get to you, your ankle, your feet. These are real things that are actually going to happen to you as a hairdresser. And if any of you guys who are hairdressers out here watching this can relate to what I'm saying, put it below. What else have you dealt with being a hairdresser over time? And let me know if you have experienced these type of things, while you were working. But some of the things that I have learned, now I truly wish that someone would have told me this when I first started out. And the thing about it is, when you're young, you're energetic, you have so much energy. Like, so if you're tired and you've done a lot of clients that day, you're just going to look at it as, okay, I just had a rough, tired day. I'm just going to go ahead, sleep it off, and then jump back in the ring, and just get it started all over again. That's fine when you're young, when you're in your 20s and your 30s and all that, and even in your early 40s. You may be able to just get back up and get back to getting it. But the older you get, you'll start to notice over the years where you might not be able to move as fast or like have as much energy as you did when you started out in your 20s. Okay, so these are some of the things. It's already like kind of too late in terms. Let me rewind, because it's never too late to start anything to help recover in any way that you can. Meaning, like, now as it stands, I am doing things that help me on my way, or help me with doing clients. Like, if I know I'm going to be standing there for 5 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, depending on what type of client I have, I don't do what I used to do, where I would just stand up there in any type of shoes, or I never done anything to support my back. I wasn't doing anything. So now I am going to list some things that I do now that is definitely helping me when I do retightenings for clients. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes, guys. Let me show you now. I just happen to have these ones near me, and I even walk around in them now because they're so comfortable. And the thing about it is, I wear these nurse shoes, okay, that I purchased. They have fur in it. The fur done kind of got worn down because I wore these so much. But I ended up, and they got like a nice, comfortable, supportive, like rubber here, supports my arch here. These shoes is gonna cost you a little bit. I think I paid $80 for these. But the thing about it is, I didn't even get these for doing hair. I had purchased these shoes when I ended up having a foot surgery, and I could not put my feet into actual shoes because they hurt too much. So I had to purchase something that was comfortable enough for me to actually wear around the house, and then when I had to go back to work, because I literally had to wear those for like 6 months. But I found that these ended up being like the perfect type of shoe to wear while I was standing there doing hair. You can either use something like that. A lot of people use Crocs. Those are comfortable to some people. Or either a very supportive sneaker from Nike or Adidas or New Balance, whatever sneaker that is comfortable for you, that's going to lend you some support. You need to be wearing those things now. You need to think about preventative care now, like while you're young. If you're starting off in this industry and you're only in your 20s and you're thinking like, oh, I'm not experiencing those pains or issues and all this other kind of stuff, you're probably not at this stage of the game. But if you want to do this long term, I guarantee you, if you follow some of these steps, then by the time you get to, my season age, honey, I'm in the Fabulous 50s Club now. But once you get here, you can prevent that. So you want to think preventative care. And I actually think that they need to put that in the curriculum, to be honest. So the first thing is you're going to wear some supportive shoes. You're definitely going to do that. Right now, with my waist, if you ain't got that cinched in tight stomach like how I used to have, girls, I wear a waist belt now. This is, and I had got this just to be around the house doing a little bit of workouts, but I found that this actually works really, really well standing there too, because this is going to help you to stabilize your midsection while you're standing, and it's going to help support your back while you're standing there for a long time. I think I got this off Amazon. I think I might have paid like $15, $14.99. This one is the Pro Series. I think it's gold something. It's like, I forgot the name because I had bought it quite a while ago, but and this is also the men's version, guys, because they have the women waist belt from this line, and then they have the men's. But what I like about the men's is that they give you like a larger torso area. Okay, so it's gonna cover like up under your breast to down, like at more the lower of your stomach, and I find that it will support a lot more. So if you kind of have a little bit of a pudge in your stomach like I do, you may want to go ahead and get you the men's waist belt, and then you will find that it will help a lot. Another thing that some people wear that I don't wear, particularly with my legs, because I don't actually seem to have like issues like with my legs, and that is supportive stockings. Like some women wear the supportive socks. If you feel like you could benefit from wearing those, then wear those. If your legs get tired, I know my ankles tend to get affected in like in terms of like the soreness and tiredness in my feet. So those are the areas that bother me. If I'm doing like standing up for long periods of times, or depending on how many clients I have through my week. Another thing that you can do if you start noticing you're sore and your muscles are getting tight and things like that is at the end of the week, or maybe even every 2 or 3 days or something, go ahead and fill up your tub with a Epsom salt bath, because that's going to help soothe your muscles. It's just going to relax you all over. And girl, if you want to have like anything from a cup of nice herbal tea to a glass of wine, whatever you want to do, you go ahead, take that as a time to relax. And sometimes I'll get in there and I'll massage my feet, I'll massage my hand. I'll just go, if you have any of those type of, electric massagers or anything like that, guys, you can go ahead and use something like that. And I'm telling you, that will make a world of difference if you go ahead and do those baths. I swear by them. I definitely incorporate them now. And then also too, make sure, especially if you have various clients, if you have a lot of clients on your roster, you want to make sure maybe once a month or at least every other month you're going out to get massages, guys. Like, go ahead and treat yourself to a massage. Get those toxins out because your muscles are tightening up and all that type of stuff. I now love a deep tissue massage. If you can fit it in your budget, do a hand massage in your feet, for a reflexology one for your hands and your feet. I'm telling you, if I had known what I know now, all of this stuff I would have been constantly incorporating. You need to take care of your body if you are going to be in this industry. Standing there, drink lots of water, guys. Keep yourself hydrated and stuff like that, and make sure that you are having positive clients around you, okay? Because all money ain't good money, and I know it's nice to be able to, have, be able to get all these clients, this and that, but all of that comes into play as well. Having a good peace of mind, having good relationships, peaceful relationships between you and your clients, because that is something also that is going to weigh on you too. You don't want to be stressed out based on the type of client. You set up the atmosphere that you want, and if you do have those type of clients that might not be kind of where you need them to be, you need to talk to them about that. And if it just isn't going to work, then maybe that will be, a thing where you may need to go ahead and recommend someone else to them or whatever. You just want to keep all of these things in mind for your longevity, and so that you have a successful career doing this if you want to do this long term. Let me see if, okay, another thing too is make sure you're getting your rest. Like a lot of people, I don't know, if you're thinking about this or not, but rest is really, really important. If you hang up all night long and you got a client that next morning, you do not want to be hanging up all night, and you also want to be limiting your sipping. If you the type that like cocktail hour and all that kind of stuff, hey, I'm no different. I like a good cocktail like anybody else, but I am very, very cautious. I'm very professional and very, cognizant of what I am doing when it comes to my clients. I do take it serious. This is a business, and that is just something that I just don't mix business and pleasure like that. So, you know what I mean? I know when to, have a good time and when to put everything away and all that kind of good stuff, guys. So those are the main things that I can come up with that can be solutions for you to use for yourself, to help you and to keep your body going for as long as it can. Make sure you're taking care of yourself. One other things too, guys, is your hands. You have to protect your hands and your feet too, because you have to stand on your feet and you have to use your hands. So be cognizant of the things that you're doing with your hands. You don't want to be doing work that's like maybe lifting heavy things or like doing type of work that could like bang your hand up. Like, so say if someone's moving, say, hey, can you help me move, or this is and that, and you're trying to help carry some heavy boxes or end of a couch or this and that, and you get hurt, because then that is going to slow down your money and everything else, because you need these. You really, really need them. So you're gonna have to, I know a lot of times I've never really thought about that too much, to be honest. I never really thought about it until I was like, wait a minute, I gotta make sure, until something got hurt on my hand and I realized like, wow, it really, really impedes on that, guys. So these are these small things sometimes that you don't think about, but that are very critical to your career. Now, like I said, if anybody can think of anything else that they do to take care of themselves, for longevity in this career, then go ahead and post that link down below, guys. Let's talk about it so that you can help other people. I hope that what I am giving you, this information, can be helpful to somebody. And I'm telling you, the earlier you start practicing this, the better off you could be. Now, if you're already where I'm at, or even nowhere, regardless of where you are in this journey, start where you are at. But if you're a young person jumping on board, you can go ahead and get way ahead of this thing. And I also have another video that's going to come out, and I'm going to be talking to you young hairdressers, okay? So watch out for that. That's going to be coming up. But yeah, so any old ways, I hope you guys really, really got something from this and that you enjoyed this content. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, because as always, sharing is caring. So care about me, because I care about you. All you have to do to show your caring is click the like button, share this channel, leave a comment below, and I will be forever truly grateful to you guys. Hugs and kisses to you all, to my lock stars. So continue to light up this space, continue to come around and hang around with me here on Faye'sLoc'dLife, and I was glad to be able to bring you another one, and I will catch you in the next one. Okay, take care, guys. Mwah.